I don't think we're at its peak yet. I feel like there's still a lot of room for improvement from all four, but we're definitely trending in the right way. And it was nice to see a good team performance both last night and today. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I still think like overall we can be a little bit better on a few aspects where we're placing the rocks and how we're working together right now. But no, it definitely looking good, and it's nice to get a win now, and we get a bit of extra time before the game tonight.
From a coaching perspective, what's it like working with this team? I imagine in a lot of ways they make your life easy, but in a lot of ways they make your life hard because you're looking for things to make them better at.
Absolutely, like it's a challenge, but it's a great group to work with because they always want to be better in everything that they do, which challenged me a little bit. But no, it's a pleasure to working with them, so I'm quite happy right now.
Also, they have you aboard so you can interpret Anna Hasselberg during all the broadcasts, right?
Exactly, that's why they hired me.
Yeah, I think that they're getting more and more comfortable with the surface and starting to position rocks a little bit better than we were earlier, and yeah, they're throwing well.
So as a coach, what are you trying to do now? Is it stay out of their way, or is there still stuff where you're giving them information, you know what, you can do this better, you can do that better?
A little bit of both. They're professional and they're quite experienced, so they don't need a whole bunch in terms of that kind of stuff, but just making sure we stay all on the same page and the game plan that we've set out for ourselves this week.
So that's an interesting question I always like to ask coaches, game plans. I mean, is this a game plan that's kind of an overarching thing for the week? Is it game by game? Do you change your game plan for a team? What's your approach from a coaching standpoint?
Well, I mean, unfortunately with curling, you can't get in the way of other people and you can't block them. You can't do things to your opponents. All you can do is control how you want to try to set up those ends, and then the pieces don't always go where, in chess, every time you grab that piece it goes to exactly where it's supposed to go, and in curling it doesn't, so you have to modify that, but you start off with a plan and you try to stick to it. Yeah, absolutely. I think that they're growing in confidence, and hopefully we can keep going.
Just from start to finish, everybody is solid all the way through. One of the things that we always talk about is just making sure that we have each other's back. So if we get a miss, the important thing is that either if it's your own miss that you make it up on the second one, or at least the next person in line comes back and makes up for it. And we've been doing it all week, so it's been great.
You go back through the preliminary round and there was a couple close calls and a loss. I mean, are those almost a necessary thing in terms of reminding a team that the little things still count regardless of whom you're playing?
It is. In fact, sometimes I like getting a loss because I do think it is a wake-up call. And in our case, I just think we just have to make sure that we pay attention to detail. And if we pay attention to the detail, then we seem to do very well when that happens.
Right. Obviously, it's stacking up to be, you still got 3 very tough games on the horizon. What are your thoughts going into there? And is this team ready to win the Scotties Tournament of Hearts in your mind?
I think they are. I think they are hungry. I know Val has lost a couple of finals, and Carrie has as well. So lost one, and our other girls, they want to be there. And I think we're ready.
Leslie, have you caught your breath yet? That was you're living on the edge with that game.
I've been living on the edge all week. Yeah. Oh, yeah, obviously. Every game here all week long is important to pull out, but they were mentally tough, and that's what pulled them through.
Well, and that was an issue, obviously. It was a tough loss last night, and then to come back this morning with the tiebreaker win, and then that win. It just does a world of good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does, yeah. They just stay focused and stick with their process, and one rock at a time, basically, is how they look at it now. So, yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing about this, is it's a pretty simple kind of equation. Your fate's still in your hands.
Oh, absolutely. Always, yeah.
Right.
A lot of communication, effective communication, staying in their zone, stay in their little bubble. It's really, the fans are fantastic, but they still have to stay right in their own zone. And those are the things we watch for, even to talk about fifth end break. How are we doing with communication? And all of their systems in place. They've worked so hard to establish those. So, yeah.